Hello guys, this is Pedram Raufi and you're watching the markets review. We are going to go through the stock market situation and of course we are going to check some main forex pairs and we are going to see what kind of opportunities we have for day traders. So we're gonna actually look through the fundamental analysis and the economic calendar of today. We are going to see what kind of news we have and what we can do with such an assets like euro, dollar, S&P 500, or even Bitcoin as well. Um, as you know, during the last weeks, the situation in the market due to the news background haven't changed so much, and the only negative thing which have been came up previously, it was related to the Biden's uh, tax plan against four billionaires, which now Democrats are at odds over this plan, and there is some opposite sides of opinions in the Senate of the United States. Because of this fact, the plan and the approval of this plan maybe can get postponed to the future. So, as you see and as you know, these kind of things have a negative impact on the market. And if we look to the S&P 500, and how it have been dumped during yesterday. And if we look through the Dow Jones index and how impulsively they've got dumped during the yesterday and today, we can actually say that this dumping of the price have to finish in the near future. So we have more positive factors on the market for today. It's the stimulus of the United States, is the energy crisis, which can actually pump the price of oil and of course the natural gas and help the stock market as well to win uh, dollar or get rise more than it's actually moving now, because there is some forecast about S&P 500 that it could actually reach the level 4,800 in the future, and now we are actually observing the correctional movement which could finish after the impulsive retest of 4,500 or 4,520. So let's wait for this retest, and because of the impulsiveness of today's downward movement, we can say that maybe after the retest of 4,500 and 4,520, we could get reversed and downward movement could really finish. So these factors exist. We are waiting for Dow Jones, for S&P 500 to just finish the downward movement, because that's not a correction, that's not the reversal, it's just a correctional movement within a rising channel, within an upward trend. Dollar index, which has opposite correlation with the stock market indexes, kind of shows, kind of showing that it can get pumped in the near future, but this pumping could be really impulsive. But what is going on with dollar prices now? It's not really funny, because it looks really weak despite the reversal of S&P 500, despite the reversal of Dow Jones. The dollar's strengthening is really unbelievably weak. I mean, that's not the thing that have to happen to the dollar when the stock market is going down. So here's a question: the next upward movement of dollar could be really impulsive, and if it's impulsive in the future, and if we observe and if we see the retest of 94 and level 94 with an impulsive candle, with an paranormal candle, this fact could actually mean that next step is the downward movement. Next step of the dollar movement is actually continuation of the consolidation, or it won't get higher than 94, 94.20 if we get to these levels impulsively. So here is what I think about the future scenario of these indexes and of the dollar index. So let's see what would go on with other pairs of euro dollar and pound dollar, and of course Australian dollar to United States dollar and New Zealand dollar to United States dollar. Euro dollar, as we see, is kind of getting strength above the very important support of 1.1580. 1.1580 is a really important support under which we can sell, above which we can actually buy. So with a little stop loss, with a really little amount of risk here, we can actually return to the buying positions. We can return to long positions. Due to the chart of pound to United States dollar, your situation is kind of the same. Due to the 4 hours chart, we have the strengthening above the mirror level of 1.3740 or 3720. That's a real mirror range above which we have got strength. And this strengthening is the sign of next upward moderate movement of this pair, and it could really continue. So with a little stop loss, with a real little potential of risk, we can actually return to the long position for pound as well. The previous dumping of pound was related to the monetary policy of the United Kingdom. As you know, the United Kingdom actually told us that it's not going to harden or to tighten the monetary policy. Oh, I'm sorry, it's going to tighten the monetary policy despite United States, despite Euro, despite Europe, because Europe and United States, they are actually not going to tighten the monetary policy. But UK actually told that he's going to tighten the monetary policy. He's gonna cut the stimulus. But as we saw yesterday, the Sunak, he's a financial minister of United Kingdom, told that he's going to approve the next stimulus. He's going to rise the uh, payments for work, and these factors are the most important factors that can actually make the inflation go higher, make the inflation of pound go higher. So this fact actually dumped the English pound, the British pound, bit a little, but now it's kind of strengthening, and it have been already retest the really important level of 1.3740 with an impulse. So next we are actually waiting for an upward continuation of the upward movement in the future. Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar are actually showing us that in the future prices can go higher. So here we have a real little potential of risk, which we can use for returning to the long positions for Australian dollar as well and for New Zealand dollar as well. The local supports are the best here, are the best potential of the risk which we can actually take for our stop loss orders, and just return to the long positions. What is going on with commodities? What is going on with with the price of gold, with the price of silver, and with the price of platinum? As you know, they're under the pressure, but gold have been retested a very really important level of 1,800. During the previous months, we actually concentrate your attention to this fact, because above 1,800 we are always in the long position. Um, but when we are under, when you are located under this level, we are always in the short positions. And now the amplitude, the impulse of the price, and the energy of the price after the retest of 1,800 is getting really slower. It's getting really more weak. I mean, it's so weak now. And would gold take higher? Would gold go higher? I don't think so, because gold actually could go higher when the stock market go down really impulsively. But the stock market, I think that stock market in the near future is going to start a consolidational movement, which maybe could help gold to continue the really moderate upward movement above 1,800. So the movement of gold in the near future, or the movement of silver in the near future, it could be really moderate, and the upward movement and the strengthening of both of silver and gold in the near future could be really moderate. So here, to open the long positions, I don't think that it's a really good idea in the near future. About platinum, situation is kind of really exactly the same. Impulsively, we are testing the $1,000 level. This level is a psychological level, it's a very important level, and we are testing it impulsively. What's going on next? I think that it's a consolidational movement. So the price of this commodity, of this asset, could actually get into the consolidational phase as well. Um, what is going on with the pairs like United States dollar to Japanese yen and to Swedish franc? As you know, Japanese yen have been dumped really fast because of the monetary policy of the country, which is not so interested in a rise of price of the national currency. And what are we now looking at? That's a strengthening in the midterm. So the price of the United States dollar to Japanese yen is getting strengthened above 113.50, and we are waiting for the next retest of 113.50. And after this retest, we can actually get into the long positions for a midterm. So pay attention on this factor as well. United States dollar to franc is actually kind of retesting the really important level of 0.9150 or 0.9160. So after the retest of these levels, if they get retested impulsively with a paranormal candle, we can actually start the buying, we can actually start the long positions and moderately get into the buy positions during the midterm future. And what is going on with the price of oil, with the price of natural gas? We had an actual news today about that guys, don't really be so sure that Russia can help European Union with gas, because Nord Stream is kind of getting started. But despite all of these positive things, the volume of the gas which Russia need to actually give to Euro to cut this crisis, it's really more than it can actually afford himself to do. So this factor is still on the market, is the factor of the energy crisis, the crisis in the energy sector. So don't be so optimistic about the future of the Nord Stream anyway, because the factor of energy crisis is still on the markets. Crude oil is retesting the local support really impulsively. We are waiting for the next upward movement. So here for oil, actually, you can be sure that we just wait for the retest of $80, $80.50, $80. And when we retest this range of $80.50, $80, after the retest of this range, we can get into the moderate rise again, into the moderate upward movement again. So nowadays, we just really we just need to be really we just really have to scare to get into the short position, because this movement is so impulsive, and we are really impulsively getting near to the local support, which is a real long-term support of the oil, which we can see here in the 4 hours chart. I think it would be more visible here. This support of $80.15 or $80 is a really important support. So we are waiting for the retest of $80, $80.15 or $78. So after the retest of this range, we can actually talk about the next upward movement, next reversal. We are waiting for this reversal. We can actually in the near future get impulsively dumped, but it would be a speculation. It would be a speculation. You have to be careful. We won't start the short positions in the near future. In the near future, the continuation of the crisis, of energy crisis, is more likely to um, get fulfilled. And about the natural gas, situation is kind of similar. We are waiting for the retest of local supports and the really important mirror levels of $6 or $6.20. So after the retest of this range, we can get pumped next. But we have to be careful that $6 or $6, oh five $6, it would be a really good range to after the retest of which we can actually be more sure about the next upward movement. If we get retest this range impulsively, it would be a really good sign of next upward movement. And about Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're continuing the downward movement. Today's impulse is really big. Today's upward impulse is really big. You cannot be sure that this impulse could continue. $63,000, $63,000, $63,000. Let's say it would be, I think, the last level of the long positions. So they're gonna dump after the retest of this level. They can actually get dumped after the retest of 62,700, 63,000. They can actually dump. Prices can really dump after the retest of these levels. And about Ethereum, we have as well. We have a really powerful impulse which is going to retest the local maximum. 4,200. That's I think the maximum of the down upward movement. After the retest of this level, we could get dumped really worse. So about Ethereum and about Bitcoin, I'm not so optimistic for buyings. Thank you guys that you watched this video. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you would know what kind of programs we have and what kind of programs at what time is going to actually be released on our channel. So don't forget to like the video, don't forget to leave your comments and subscribe, ring the bell. Wait for you till the next time. Have good tradings. Bye bye.